Today, top leaders from Mexico and Canada agreed with President Trump to pause previously planned tariffs for a month. Meanwhile, tariffs against China are still slated to take effect on Tuesday. KCAU-9 Washington correspondent Vinay Simlot follows the details in our top story tonight at 10.
Economists estimate if those tariffs were to go into effect, they would cost the average American family between $1,000 and $1,200 more per year. Now, those tariffs against Canada and Mexico were supposed to go into effect just after midnight tonight, but the leaders of both of those countries struck a deal with President Trump to pause them for 30 days.
Either very, very substantial tariffs are going to be paid by them, or they're going to make some kind of a deal.
Hours before new tariffs are set to take effect, President Donald Trump defended his order.
We can't let them take advantage of the U.S.
The president announced a 10% tariff on energy imported from Canada and 25% on everything else, paused now for 30 days. 10% on China still set to go into effect, and 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico, but those are paused for a month after President Trump spoke with the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum. She says she had a good conversation with President Trump. She says Mexico agreed to send 10,000 troops to the border, and the U.S. agreed to help stop the trafficking of high-powered weapons into Mexico.
But we have to stop fentanyl from coming in.
If the tariffs go into effect, experts say Americans could pay more for groceries, computers, and clothes. They estimate cars will be $3,000 more expensive, and gas prices could climb 30 to 70 cents per gallon.
The better path is to partner with Canada, not to punish us.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he told President Trump about Canada's border plan and agreed to appoint a fentanyl czar to stop the drug from going into both countries. President Trump says he's pleased with how the negotiations have turned out. In Washington, I'm Vinay Simlot. Back to you.
All right, thanks. And if or when those tariffs with Canada and Mexico do go into effect, once again, as you just heard, could put a strain on folks' wallets. Those tariffs enforced could mean a repeat of challenges faced during the COVID-19 pandemic, such as supply chain shortages. There are businesses right here in Iowa that are still seeing product delays that are attributed to COVID. An economist with Drake University in Des Moines says that he predicts a similar impact if the tariffs with all three countries go into effect.
We've all experienced, or most of us remember COVID, and it's kind of going to be the same thing, I think, for businesses. I think they're going to see that it's hard to get a hold of stuff, or that stuff is more expensive than it used to be because of the tariffs and so forth. So I think it's going to be a supply disruption, basically.
Again, the pause for those tariffs on Mexico and Canada expected to last for 1 month.